Rebecca Hudson. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Rafael.
Nice to meet you.
Christopher.
Nice to meet you. Okay, a little bit about me. I've been working for SeaWorld for about 8 years now. When I was younger, I always had a drive to work with killer whales. So I've been working there for about 8 years, and today we're going to learn a swim test and a few other things to help you. Fortunately, you won't be able to see a killer whale today. You are not allowed to start working with them until you've worked in basic training for about 3 years. So if you guys are ready to get started, we can do it.
We're ready.
All right. So just giving you a little bit of background about SeaWorld. It's been here for about 50 years now, and I have been here for 8. I work with the killer whale Tilikum, but we have about 7 killer whales. We have 2 males and the rest female. I work with all of them, but I mostly work with Tilikum. You guys can initially choose which killer whale you want to train, because different people have different bonds with different ones. So, today we're going to learn how to do the swim test, which I'll explain a little bit later, and we're going to learn other things that you need to train killer whales.
What made you decide to be a killer whale trainer?
Well, Chris, when I was little, I came to SeaWorld a lot. Like, I was here probably every weekend. I saw them training the killer whales, and I thought, wow, like, that is a crazy job. Like, how can you train something that's, like, non-trainable? Their name is a killer whale. Like, how do you get in the water with, like, a killer? And once I started talking to other people about it, like, I would run up there and go ask them questions, like, how do you like it? Like, it's so much fun. And, like, one time I got to feed one with a fish, but, like, I was out of the water, and I thought it was incredible. And just seeing how they bond with something, like, I've had cats and dogs, they're great, but this is, like, extraordinary. Like, this animal being trained, it's like a 12,000-pound animal. Like, how do you train something like that? So I've always wanted to, you know, be able to train them, be able to say, I trained this killer whale. This killer whale learned everything from me.
What skills do you have that help you be a better killer whale trainer?
Well, I have adaptability. Adaptability is a key thing here at SeaWorld. You are in cold weather, you're in hot weather, you're in rain. Like, no matter what, you still have to get in the water. I mean, I'm in a wetsuit, yes, so when it's freezing cold, it helps me, but still, I'm still in the water every single day, training these killer whales, getting in the water with them, interacting with them when it's freezing outside. Right now, it's about 55 degrees and it's freezing, but this is the kind of weather that you guys are gonna need to be in. And also, positivity. Whales are not gonna do what you want all the time. They are stubborn. They are the most stubborn animals I've ever met. And you're gonna try to teach them something and they're not gonna do it. They're gonna be like, nope, I'm gonna do my own thing today and swim away. You can't get mad at them. Once you get mad at them, it's not just like a person where you get mad and they forget about it. Whales, they're different. The way you interact with them, they have feelings just like us. And if you get mad at them, they're not gonna do anything that you want anymore. So you're positive about it and you let it go with the flow. I also have woo. Wooing, you're winning the killer whales over, basically. I mean, they have a mind of their own, they're their own person, like, they're not gonna, do what you want all the time. So when you build that relationship with them, you bond and they make silly faces at you. They do stuff that you want, you play with them. It's not all about training them, like, you build a relationship with them. I see you're getting used to the water. It's really cold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just know that you're gonna have a wetsuit, when you work at SeaWorld. Okay, so now it's time for a swimming test. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm gonna have you do, we'll start from here. We'll just go halfway for once. Can you hold your breath?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna have you do is go underwater. You're gonna swim all the way there, underwater with one breath. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right, go for it. See how his swimming technique is, like how he pushes out his legs? That's good. You did good. I'm proud.
Thank you. That was really cold. How do you keep yourself determined enough to do this every day?
Well, the killer whales drive me. If you listen, I'm not saying it's always safe. They're killer whales. Animals will do what they want to do. I know you've heard about like a past killing before. Here at SeaWorld, we do not believe that it's anyone's fault. It was just bad placing, a bad time. But you have to be able to swim. Like, if you cannot swim, how are you going to be able to, protect yourself? You know what I mean? So, knowing that, but, also, killer whales swim really fast. So, when you're playing with them, and and they're taking you, you're riding on their dorsal fin, you go really fast, you're going to have to be able to hold your breath anyways. So, swimming that far is something that you need to have. That's why we have the swim test. We take it every 2 months. You have to do it, and you have to do it in tip-top shape. The rest of what you're gonna have to do, here's the hard part. You're gonna have to be able to swim 200 feet, okay, in one breath. You're gonna come up, you're gonna swim all the way down 100 feet in one breath. You're gonna come up, you're gonna get out of the water, you're gonna do 20 push-ups, 15 jumping jacks, you're gonna jump back in, you're gonna grab a 5-pound brick, and you're gonna come back out and give a 5-minute speech on why you want to come to SeaWorld. Think you can do that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, you don't have to do it right now. It's gonna take practice. It took me a long time. And you said that you were a diver once before.
Yes, I was.
Okay. And you have your scuba diving license, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good. Good. So you know how far 100 feet is, and it takes a long time to scuba diving, but swimming there when you're already tired, it's tough. It really is. But we're gonna practice, and we're gonna do it all together, and we'll figure it out. Okay?
All right.
Do you have any more questions, Free?
Yeah, I actually do. What do killer whales eat?
They eat different kinds of fish. Tilikum's favorite is salmon. He loves his salmon.
How many times a day?
Well, we have 50-pound buckets they eat during every show, because after they do a trick, we hand them a fish. So you have a 50-pound bucket, which is probably, we have little fish and we have bigger fish. Depending on what time of day it is, they get different sizes. The first feeding, which is first in the morning, we do bigger fish, and that's about 10 to 15 fish per whale. So that's about 50 pounds a bucket you have to carry. You have to carry 2 buckets in your hand. So fitness is a big thing at SeaWorld. You have to be able to do things. You're working with a 12,000-pound animal. You have to be able to lift things.
Rolling